Well, Booker T. Jones, welcome to Blues Fest and the 25th anniversary of Blues Fest.
Thank you, Ian.
Now you're enjoying a great period in your career at the moment. You know, you won a Grammy for Road to Memphis, and the last album has done incredibly well too. It must be gratifying to be having this level of success at this point.
It is. That's a good
career.
choice of words, gratifying. There's been a lot of work. It's all been a lot of fun from age 6 on, playing music and being curious about different musical instruments and getting to do that with my time. And then to get the rewards is, like you said, it's been gratifying.
Anything in the pipeline that you're looking forward to?
There are many things on the drawing boards. Right now I'm working on a book and it's consuming. So it's
Your life story?
It is. And I'm finding that my life story is entangled and entwined with the life story of many. So it's a much larger task than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. How far have you got with it?
Pardon?
How far have you got?
I have too many pages. Too many pages. I think the publishers are going to want to reduce it.
Did you surprise yourself when you started writing things down about your life? Did things start coming back to you that you'd forgotten about?
Well, the way it came about was when I moved and I cleaned out drawers in my garage and I found manuscript that I had written as far back as 14, 15 years ago. And then came the realization that I have been writing always. Well, not always, but for a long time.
But actually taking notes of your life and your career.
So there are eras to my writing. There are sections to my writing.
Well, it's a long and distinguished career. What have the high points been for you? What's your proudest moment in music?
The brightest moments have been the ones playing music live and in the studio with dedicated, accomplished people who were intense and reaching our goals musically with different kinds of music, the blues with Albert King, with Booker T and the MGs, later artists, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, Stephen Stills. It's just, there have been so many moments that have been gratifying for me.
But that Stax period of your career when you were recording with Steve Cropper and you're playing with Otis Redding and all those people, I mean, all of those records have stood the test of time. They're still as fresh now as they were 45 years ago. What was the defining thing about those recordings, you think, that made them so special?
I think an innocent awareness that we were creating something new, originating something, and just the sheer joy and happiness of doing that on a daily basis. And the discipline that we imposed on ourselves with the music was something that I think we stumbled up on and lucked up on, and that was basically our ticket to being exposed on a wide basis, because people related to that simplicity. And
but you were quite disciplined as a band?
We were. We spoke about it, and we cautioned each other, and our main mantra was keep it funky, keep it simple, try not to play too much, but at the same time we were focused and free. So,
and that's a principle that a lot of other musicians have picked up on since then, keeping it simple and leaving lots of space and that kind of approach. So you've been an influence on quite a number of musicians.
That's amazing. That's great.
Now I know you must get asked about this a lot, but I'd just like to talk about Green Onions for a second. I love that record, and I understand it was a B-side originally. Have you been surprised by the longevity and you know the place that song has in people's hearts?
Yes, I'm surprised by the longevity in general of what we've done. That was just a fleeting moment and just a fun thing to be doing at the time.
Yeah. You still enjoy playing it?
I love listening to it, I still try to imitate the way I played it the first time, and it's hard to emulate. There was something special that day going on with all the parts, but the organ part also.
So it was one of those magic moments in the studio.
It was. A little inflections that I still try to do.
And will there be more magic moments in the studio? Are you going to record again?
I hope so. I hope so. I have plans, yeah.
And when are we likely to see the book, do you think?
Oh my goodness. That's in the works. It won't be very long. There's a lot of editing that needs to be done. I've lived a long time.
You certainly have. And I hope a lot longer too.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you very much for talking to me. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome, Ethan.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.